Welcome to part 2 of the Ultimate Domino Review series. In this video we take a look at some other properties of the dominoes and how they behave and perform with some basic setups. If you haven't seen part 1 already, I highly recommend you to watch the video to learn about the domino brands used in the series and be up to date with the content. Ever wondered how much a domino weighs? Well, the short answer is around 8 grams, but due to the slightly variable dimensions and density of the dominoes, there are some differences. Luckily, I acquired a precise weight scale that measures up to a 100th of a gram. First, I measured the weight of one domino of each brand. Then I did the same with 10 dominoes. And then I calculated the average weight. Please keep in mind I am using my own measurements of grams to get the math right. It will come as no surprise that the Jalezi dominoes are considered to be the lightest domino. As they have slightly different dimensions as the other dominoes, we're going to focus on the other 6 brands for this time. In this case, Mr. Dominoes are the lightest dominoes, with 8.16 grams on average per domino. And the heaviest are the H5 domino creations with 8.91 grams per domino. Then I calculated the density of the domino, which will determine how much material has been used to make this domino. This doesn't make a huge difference in building dominoes or toppling them, but it can show you which domino is actually fuller of its own material. In this case, surprisingly, lumping comes out on the lowest amount of density per domino. And H5 domino creations are again coming out on top as they have the most density in its domino. Surprisingly, Mr. Domino and Domino Day are not far behind H5 domino creations, as they are indeed also full of its own material, more than the other brands like Lumping, Don Domino or Bulk Dominoes. Up next, I will conduct another challenge with the dominoes. This time the stability will be tested, and the best way to test this is with a single standing tower. Let's see which domino brand will take the first place this time. Which domino brand do you think will be the most stable? So the winner of the stability challenge are the H5 domino creations, with a high score of 12 dominoes on top of each other. Second comes out Lumping, which is quite surprising to me, but they perform very well. On the third place, Don Dominoes with a high score of 10, Jalezi Dominoes next on the fourth place with 9 dominoes high, Bulk Dominoes come out on the fifth place with 7 dominoes on top of each other, and strangely Mr. Domino on 4 dominoes, and the last place Domino Day with not more than 3 dominoes on top of each other. I have actually no explanation for it except for that the top and bottom side of the Domino Day stones aren't ideally flat. In return, this doesn't mean you can't make towers or walls with Domino Day stones, you just can't make the standing towers. For the next category, we're going to take a look at some basic setups with the dominoes on different floors. First up, How do the dominoes behave on a slippery floor? There could be a slight difference in the behavior of toppling, which can result in either scattered dominoes, like you would see with Domino Express, or in danger in failing. Let's see how the brands perform on a slippery floor. So you might remember me talking about the H5 domino creations in part 1, as they are purposefully made to be built and toppled on slippery floors. These clips confirm this property, and by far the H5 domino creations are the best domino for the slippery floors. The line stays intact and the bend looks nice. Mr. Domino do not fall very nicely on this floor, but this of course doesn't mean you can't build with them. The lines just look a bit scattered, which reminds me personally of the older Domino Express. All the other brands perform as you would expect, and surprisingly YALZ dominoes look the best in straight lines. Secondly, we're going to do the same lines now on a sturdy floor. Let's see if there will be a difference in the type of floors. As you can see, the domino lines on a sturdy floor doesn't have any difference in the ways of toppling. This also means that there is no best or worst domino to set up dominoes on a normal floor. Lastly, we do the same lines one more time, only to be placed horizontally. There are of course builders like me who like to build horizontally, and you might want to know beforehand which brand can or can't be used on carpet floors. So obviously YALZ dominoes can be difficult to build with, and I would not recommend building horizontally with them. I will also warn you using H5 domino creations. It's perfectly fine to build with, but due to its weight and sturdiness it can be a struggle and shouldn't be noted when building horizontally. Mr. Domino and Domino Daysons are the best to build with, and all the other brands also perform good. Now let's put the dominoes to a real challenge by building some risky techniques. Depending on the weight, sturdiness and quality, the dominoes can behave differently when using the same techniques. For the first clip I will test the dominoes on the following techniques: the single triangles, back Wemo, feinters and the domino wave. 3, 2, 1, go. So I messed up some triggers for the test, but overall Domino Daysons didn't perform very well, and the feinters are a really risky technique which you should not use slippery dominoes with. This time the more stable and sturdy domino is, the better, in which case the H5 domino creations are the most recommended. Bulk dominoes, lumping and Don Domino also performed very good. We are not done yet with testing domino techniques. Let's do one more project with another 5 techniques which are now all exactly the same, and let's see who will make it to the end. The techniques are slowed horizontals, the piano technique, slow stones, horizontal triangles and the shockwave. I haven't tested these techs myself yet, which means that I also am guessing which band will reach the finish. I personally think the Yale Z dominoes and the H5 domino creations will not make it to the end, as I expect them to be too sturdy for the slot and triangle horizontal setups.
3, 2, 1.
Well, I didn't expect them all to fail, that's a surprise. Don't use horizontal triangles unless you have the perfect carpet flow over it. So if we exclude the horizontal triangles, then Domino Daystones, Lumping and Mr. Domino came out the best of this project. Don Domino almost made it with only one hiccup in the first technique. Bulk Dominoes failed only one time with the piano technique, as it slided off due to its waxy-like surface. And Yale Z dominoes are definitely not the best domino to use floor techniques, as it failed on both the slowed horizontals and it almost failed with the slowed stones. H5 domino creations follows almost the same exact result as the Yale Z dominoes, but seem to have less trouble with toppling. So by watching and judging the results of the techniques myself, I can grade these domino brands on the performance of being used in rather complex domino techniques. This doesn't mean the same for all the techniques that are possible, but if you watch carefully you can see the difference between a sturdy quality domino and a little slippery quality domino. So the grading on this category is a summary of what can happen if you want to build techniques with these dominoes. In this case, Lumping comes out on top. It performed the best on both the projects and it almost had no fails. Then Don Domino comes out second, which is not far behind, and Mr. Domino comes out on third place. Then we have a shared fourth place of Domino Daystones, Bulk Dominoes and the H5 Domino creations, which all performed quite good but could have hiccups in some techniques. And the Yale Z dominoes are unsurprisingly on the last place, as I would not recommend building complex technique with them. So for the last category of this video, let's go into detail about hearing the dominoes fall. Let's do this with a black screen and try to recognize the brand you can hear. Next up will be the same clips with sound and a reveal of which brand it was. So which dominoes sound the best to you? I would like to know in the comments. Thank you for watching part 2 of the Ultimate Domino review. Please like and share this video as it really helps out the channel. Next up in part 3, the prize, a speed challenge, a total tier list and some recommendations on all the domino brands will be given. Please make sure you watch this last part as I will deeply go into the domino brands on all the pros and cons. I thank you again for watching and I will see you in the next part. If you have reached this point in the video, thank you very much for watching until the end. Now you get some bonus photos and clips.